Trick back with the Funded Project here. We are here with George today at AJ's Cafe in Sheridan, Indiana. We're going to talk to him a little bit about everything that's going on over here. We're looking forward to this because we're also going to spotlight something new too. George is this week's winner for, he's going to get a free promotional video for his social media to be able to bring some more traffic into his restaurants here. So we're looking forward to it. So we're here with George today. George, tell me a little bit about AJ's.
AJ's a little small family diner. Started out in fall of 2019. Kind of got thrown into my lap. Selling cars before this. I have a culinary background. Also a reserve officer here in Sheridan. Kind of got thrown in my lap from there.
Very cool, very cool. So as we all have been through this past year, and this episode right now, we're taping this right here the first week of March. And last year, the first week of March is when they started doing all the lockdowns with COVID and everything else too. So that was, nobody had that in their business plan, obviously. We discussed this in other episodes. How did that affect your business?
It definitely affected us. We went down to carry out only. That's kind of when the news and everything was giving everybody the whole stay at home, and don't go out, no risk. So we were going from about 7,000 a week, probably down to about 1,000, maybe 1,500 a week, just to go. People weren't coming out. So a little bit after that, we kind of closed down for about 3 weeks. We closed. We opened back up right at the beginning of April, kind of launching some meat packaging and stuff like that, fresh meats and steaks. People were spending time at home, so good time to grill out.
Yeah, it really is, yeah.
So we took in some prime opportunity on that and kind of made up some ground on that. But yeah, it definitely was growing very well.
It definitely was. You know, back in 2020, over 100,000 restaurants across the country shut down because of COVID, and the lucky ones survived. And it seems like you've got a pretty big community following right here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's a small town, 2,800 people throughout the summer. It's probably about 2,300 throughout the winter time. So I mean, a small town, so only a few handful of restaurants. Unless you drive out to Westfield, it's about a 5-mile drive. So I mean, keeping people satisfied here is what we want to do. Keep our customers here. Looking pretty good.
You know, and honestly, it's not that far from Westfield or Noblesville or even Indianapolis or Anderson or Kokomo. And there's not a lot of these smaller, independently owned diners that are left anymore. So it's nice to be able to go ahead and get away from the major chains, and that's what we believe here at the Funded Project, is standing up for small businesses, giving them the resources and the tools and everything that they need to be able to compete with the big ones.
Absolutely.
So, and it's necessary too. And Main Street is an issue for a lot of these companies. The thing is that we have to support our Main Street businesses because, like I've mentioned before, they're your friends and your neighbors. So this is not, all this money stays in this community. It's not like it's going to someplace else across seas or something. It stays here. You live in this community too, correct?
I don't live here. I live in Avon, so I'm not too 40 minutes away, but
okay.
But I mean, so I'm a reserve officer here as well in town.
Yeah, so I mean, reserve police officer in town, and it also, I mean, it stays in the state of Indiana. So, I mean, but the moral of the story is that it stays locally in our communities, and it's employing people locally.
concessions, whatever you name it. If it has something to do with food and drinks, I'll take care of it.
Very neat. Very neat. So, what would you consider your signature dish?
Signature dish. I mean,
everybody's got one. You know, there's always one that you're like, I do this better than anybody else. I know I do.
I make things look good better than anybody else. I like to decorate. I guess a signature. I don't have a signature. I just cook.
Okay.
I kind of. People can tell, like when I'm in. You have an open kitchen here, so people can tell, like when I'm in the zone. Like they'll say, "Hey George," and I'll just start whistling. I don't really talk. I just whistle. And you'll see me kind of zipping back and forth in the kitchen, and they know that he's through. So, signature dish really don't have one. I just like to make food look good on the plate.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that say the food is very phenomenal. Just a lot of following. A lot of people come back into here. So, you know, and actually not that far from Noblesville and Westfield, it's definitely worth a try because unfortunately, as we get closer to Indianapolis, there's a lot of these smaller restaurants that are just non-existent anymore. And it's sad to see because the big chain restaurants, you lose that whole heartfelt part of it versus when you're dealing with a cook that's in the kitchen that doesn't really care, they're just there for a paycheck. He's there because he wants to be, and it shows in his food. So, and that's a big deal. A lot of people don't realize how big of a deal it is until you go into a restaurant that's displayed to you, and then you realize what you've been missing the whole time. So definitely worth the trip. So tell us a little bit about that. One of our friends over there at Circle City Magazine mentioned something about he did for somebody in the community, a gentleman that came into the restaurant.
Yeah, it's a gentleman, his name is John. He comes in, he's a single gentleman, he's a Vietnam vet over there cooking and shooting. He was actually a cook in the Army over in Vietnam. He's just on a hard time, didn't have a lot of family around to help him. So we're just trying to get him situated and get him taken care of as far as housing. He has a trailer that he lives in, but it's just not it's not habitable. So we're just spending time to get him where he needs to be, the VA involved and things like that, to make sure he's taken care of the rest of his life.
That's really awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. And especially, you know, when you've had struggles, but you're still reaching out and helping the community.
Absolutely.
And nobody requires you to do that, but you chose to do that because of people in hearts.
Absolutely. I mean, he spends a lot of time here. You know, he's here 2 to 3 times a day, every day of the week except for Saturday or Sunday because we're closed. He would probably be here Saturday for dinner, but we're closed for dinner on Saturday. But he's here 3 times a week, 3 times a day, 6 days a week.
It's really awesome. With the Abundant Project's going to do something pretty special for you. We are going to produce an AI animated, we're going to produce a video for you that you can use on your social media. It's one of those like social media commercials. I know everybody who's been seeing it all over the place, pop up all over the place. Those usually sell for $1,000. We're giving you one of those for your charge. We're also covering the cost of your advertising cost for it for the next year. In the Circle City Magazine, we get listed in the business services listing. That usually sells for $100 a month, and we're going to pay for it for you. So no cost to you, no commitment, no nothing. We just want to reach out, you know, tell you that we appreciate you hanging in there, you know, fighting for small businesses and everything else. So that's pretty awesome. So. Yeah, so he said he didn't have a signature dish, and I think he does, because if this isn't a signature dish, I'm not all the way sure what is. Seriously, folks. But wait, and there's this one. What do you order right now? That's the breakfast sandwich?
Yeah, with bacon.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see what we got coming here.
Let's see what we got coming on here. Hold on, yeah.
Remember, he said he gives
You know what? Yeah, if you're watching this video, I gotta tell you, I love what I do for a living because I can go around and continue being a fat guy. My wife's trying to put me on a diet, but we all see how well this is gonna work today, right?
Wait until you see Dave's when it comes out.
Oh my
Are you a business owner with a story to tell? Here's your chance. Submit your story for free, no purchases necessary, open to U.S. businesses only. 5 lucky business owners will be spotlighted in our 4th of July episode of The Funded Project. But that's not all. Those 5 lucky business owners will also take home cash and prizes as well as a nationwide spotlight. So here's your chance. Submit your story at thefundedproject.com. That's www.thefundedproject.com. Submit your 1 to 2 minute video along with your business bio, and the top 5 businesses with the most votes wins. We give you a customized link that you can share with your family, your friends, and your customers. So don't wait. Go enter right now, www.thefundedproject.com. Once again, www.thefundedproject.com. If you do not own a business and you're watching this video, be sure to go and vote at www.thefundedproject.com for your favorite business. And hit the subscribe and like button. Don't forget to hit the bell. Show your support. Together we can save Main Street. We appreciate you watching. Thank you.